When did you start like regularly smoking weed?
Since I was like 10 years old.
The whole time you were fighting, you were regularly smoking weed?
Well, you know, when you're a kid, your mother gives you liquor and marijuana for you, make you think that you're gonna go to sleep or something. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That never happened in my house.
Never. Yeah.
No,
my mother was alcoholic and stuff.
Damn, that's harsh. Liquor and marijuana. See if you go to sleep.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
I don't think so.
I
don't think so.
Do you what benefits do you get out of marijuana? Like, what does it do for you?
Hey man, if I didn't, I'd have a bad day. Yeah, I'm a really moody guy without it. And it just it smooths me out. As soon as I take it, I'm a whole different person. I'm really on top of my game. I'm balling.
Yeah, I feel the same way sometimes. It makes me nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, calms me down. Do you smoke?
And I like who I am when I smoke. You know what I mean? When I weed, I don't sometimes like who I am sometimes. That's just the real sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't like that guy. I want to get away from that guy.
Well, you know, I was talking to Michael Irvin once. He was explaining to me that when children grow up in high-stress environments, that their genes are wired to have a propensity towards violence. That if it's normal, if it's around them all the time, when they're growing up and when they're in the womb.
Yeah, I agree.
When their mother's under extreme stress, if they live in a bad neighborhood, and it's hard for some people like yourself that did grow up in an environment like that to ever reach where you're at right now, just a place of peace. And if you can do that through marijuana or whatever it is, yoga, meditation, whatever you do to get there, like, we should be happy that you can get there. That's what we want.
Listen, I'm so grateful that I embarked on this. You know, I've never been a person to this at this magnitude, at this kind of relaxation, or just enjoying my time with you. I was very uptight. I was very uncomfortable with myself.
Did you feel any better after you worked out when you were young like that?
Absolutely, but my works out. You know what? The best thing that ever happened to me that I retired from boxing, because of me working out and me getting, I was so intense with this. My whole objective was hurting people and wanting to be the best, and my ego took over, and I'm like Tyson, I'm the best to ever live, and all this bullshit. And dealing with my partner Rob Hickman, I happened to embark on this, come across this thing called the Toad. Are you familiar with the Toad?
Yeah, what you're talking about is 5-methoxy-dimethyltryptamine.
Oh, that's it right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I came across that, and I smoked this, I don't know, this medicine, drug, whatever you want to call it and stuff. And I've never been the same. I look at life different. I look at people differently. And the experience I can't even express, really. It's almost like dying and being reborn.
Yeah, I had the exact same experience. That's what it felt like to me, too. Like you stop existing. The 5-methoxys, there's two.
Tell me, what's the deal with that? What the hell's going on here?
5-methoxy is produced by your brain, but what it is it's DMT with an oxygen molecule attached to it. So regular DMT is N-dimethyltryptamine, and then 5-methoxy-dimethyltryptamine is DMT with like there's a very subtle change to the molecule, and that subtle change, for some reason, takes away the visuals. You've done regular DMT too, right?
Yes.
Regular DMT is rich with visuals, very strange, bright, colorful, impossible to describe visuals.
It's inconceivable.
Inconceivable is the best way to put it.
Yeah, inconceivable.
Yeah. But I
try to explain it to some people, my wives, and I don't have the words to explain it.
That's exactly what I always say. I've done a terrible job explaining it to everybody. Every time I've tried, it just doesn't work. But all those things, they give you perspective.
It's almost like you're dying. You're submissive, you're humble, you know what I mean, you're vulnerable, but you're invincible still in all. You know, it's just that weird feeling.
Well, you feel like you're part of the universe. When you're separate from your ego, you realize this whole thing, you're a part of this whole thing, and this whole thing is unstoppable. It's a gigantic, huge, all-encompassing, almost like a living thing. Life.
You know, Joan, this is what I also realized, too, after going through that experience. You realize how insignificant you are sometimes without your ego.
Yes.
You know, you realize, wow, you're not really much that you really thought you were.
Yeah, you are and you aren't. Obviously, you are in everyday life. I mean, you go places, you have a dramatic effect on people. You mean a lot. You mean a lot to those people that you run into. You mean a lot to the people that you love and that love you. But we all do, and it's all relative. No one is irreplaceable, but everyone is special to someone or something, and at least to themselves. but we're all the same. We're all a part of this weird, crazy, gigantic organism that's the human race.